am Paul Pasolka, IB Masters Learning Center and IBMasters.com. And today we're going to look at the 18th question from the Linear Digital SAT Test 1 Module 1. And paragraph 18 reads, in documents called judicial opinions, judges explain their reasoning behind their legal rulings. And in those explanations, they sometimes cite and discuss historical and contemporary philosophers. Legal scholar and philosopher Anita L. argues that while judges are naturally inclined to mention philosophers whose views align with their own positions, the strongest judicial opinions consider and rebut, which means argue against, overcome the opposing argument, potential objections. Discussing philosophers whose views conflict with judges' views could therefore blah 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 blah, which choice most logically completes the text. So underline the last portion. Oftentimes with these sentence completions, it's the last portion that's going to help you out. So how are we going to most logically complete this? Well, focusing on those last parts, we got to take into consideration both of these parts. What it says just before the semicolon is the strongest judicial opinions consider and rebut potential objections. So they don't stay away from an opposing argument. They introduce it and then they overcome it, and that's what makes them strong. And so what's going to happen when discussing philosophers whose views conflict with the judge's views? It could therefore make them have a stronger argument. So we're looking for the answer choice that's going to complete this by make a stronger argument, saying something like that. And notice what I just did there. I predicted what is going to go in the blank, and that's really good practice for these and for reading comprehension as a whole. So once again, the question, which most logically completes the text? Answer choice A, allow judges to craft judicial opinions without needing to consult philosophical works. But the problem is they are consulting philosophical works. They're consulting philosophical works on both sides of the argument. They're just choosing to introduce one that opposes them before overcoming them. Answer choice B, help judges improve the arguments they put forward in their judicial opinions. That looks good, because introducing the conflict, as we predicted, is going to make their own argument stronger. In other words, improve their argument. Answer choice C, make judicial opinions more comprehensible to readers without legal or philosophical training. So that doesn't make sense at all, because maybe if there's a breakdown of the philosophical opinion, then it would make the judicial opinion more understandable to readers without legal or philosophical training, or if they broke it down into easier language. But that's wrong for two reasons. Number one, because it's not logical based on what we just read. Number two, they just don't say anything about making it more understandable to legal or philosophical, to those without legal or philosophical training. Answer choice D, bring judicial opinions in line with views that are broadly held among philosophers. And this one's going to be wrong, because the paragraph is saying that philosophers disagree on stuff. Otherwise, you could not introduce some perspectives that agree with your opinion and some that disagree with your opinion. So D is going to be wrong as well. The correct answer here is B, help judges improve the arguments they put forward in their judicial opinions. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You could share it with someone who has difficulty with these types of sentence completions that most logically complete the text. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.